Degrees Radio.
6 Degrees Radio.
And I believe that might have been the first track of our guest that she released. I'm not sure, but was it?
Yeah, it was.
Because I'll be honest, that track, I heard that, I guess a couple of years ago when you first dropped it.
Yeah.
And back when we were doing Bring It A Game, I kept being like, Dynamic, we need to get this girl in here. Because I was like...
He did say that.
Because I thought it was like... Because I really love trip-hop and that kind of vibe from like really like down-tempo kind of like soul music. So I was like so hyped when I heard that. And so, you know, it's great. And I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
And that person is none other than Kennedy Rose.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey. Kennedy, I have a question for you right off the top.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened to Feelings Cafe?
Oh my God. I know all these things. Okay. I mean, a lot happened to Feelings Cafe.
Okay, well, do share.
Okay. I mean, I was living in LA for a while, right?
Yeah.
I used to be signed. So Feelings Cafe was going to be the EP of a bunch of, like, the first bit of songs that I worked on.
Okay.
But a lot of stuff changed. I moved back to Toronto. I left the label that I was with. And I just started doing things, like, my own way. So
okay.
with that, you know, I took my own time to figure out what was good for me. And then, you know, by the time I was ready to release the EP, I was kind of not trying to do Feelings Cafe anymore.
Feelings Cafe. Very interesting name. You worked at Drake's restaurant, and then you just said one day, you know what, I'm taking my last paycheck, and I'm gone.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Like, why did you feel like you had to leave Toronto? Your home. To do you were quoted as saying, if I want this to happen, I have to move out the city.
Yeah.
The girl with the name Kennedy Rhodes said she had to leave the city
to
to make it happen.
That is a good point.
Why?
I just feel like the infrastructure, like, for music isn't really as strong as maybe it once was, and as strong as it's going to be in the future. But in terms of like being heard and being taken seriously and like getting into the place where, you know, I could really get my development on, learn myself as an artist, be around people who are like super like-minded,
right?
In like a work sense and everything. I felt like LA, America is kind of where it was at. So, and it's true. Like, I left.
I know. Obviously, that was one of them rrhetorical questions.
Yeah, that's not an uncommon move that we've seen around here.
So, what was with the hiatus?
Which one?
I should be a little bit more specific.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you took a break for like a while. Like you put out "Fallen" right in January, and then the Good Love EP in like in February. So that was cool. But like you released like a couple singles like 8 months before that or something like that? Almost like, so why? Are you like one of those artists, which by the way, if you are, that's dope. Okay. But if you're not, it's still cool too. But are you one of those artists that like only write when something's actually happening in your life and then you write about that?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like I write for myself. Everything is genuine. Okay. Everything comes from a real place. So if I'm not feeling it, I'm not writing it.
So you will literally just wait forever until something is going on in your life to write about that?
No, I'm always working. I'm always writing though. Like, as much as possible. But yeah, I feel like it I don't know. It just comes down to how I'm feeling. Like it's real. It's not a matter of like I don't have enough songs to release or anything like that. But I think that there's a lot of preparation that comes.
It's not just the music. Then.
Yeah, you really got to be at a certain place within yourself as an artist, everything before you're ready. I put out this EP and there's a lot of stuff that I feel like I'm still not ready for. Okay. And it's just a process. So,
would you say all money is good money, meaning like if you have to like strip, like be an escort, do pornography, shake your ass on Instagram, like we seem to celebrate women for like getting it, like getting that bag no matter what. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
You really come in with the questions. I
know. I mean, these are like way out there, man.
I mean, it's cool. These are important things to talk about. I don't knock anybody's hustle. I really don't. But I do believe that as women, as human beings, whatever we could do with our bodies, we could do so much more with our minds. And that's what I believe. Okay. So if you want to, I obviously, like, I've grown up in Toronto. I'm sure lots of girls in my age, my circle, whatever, like they know strippers, escorts, and stuff like that. And a lot of these girls that I know are like incredibly talented. So I would say, like, get your money, do your thing, but don't forget about the talent that you have. they finesse, but like you can be an incredible entertainment lawyer or something like that with that type of.
So basically,
talent.
like have like a means to an end type of thing.
Definitely,
Okay.
it's all about empowering ourselves. So if that's not what you're doing, like what are you doing it for?
Why do you think? I mean, like I remember reading an interview that you did. And you said that you left. One of the other reasons you left Toronto was, you weren't being taken serious as a female artist.
Yeah.
So you're back now, and you've just put out the EP, Good Love. Go check it out.
Yes.
But what's changed?
I think in like predominantly I've changed.
Okay.
I've grown a lot. I've got a lot of confidence these days in comparison to where I've been. And it's just a matter of like being able to kind of command a session, being able to like, know myself as an artist and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm trying to do. So
When you say command a session, I mean, what was happening before when you were in the studio?
I was very shy.
Okay.
I mean, like I still am very shy, but I remember my very first studio session. I think I cried because
Really?
I was with friends. It was
Whoa.
good, but I
Yeah.
was so scared because they're like, "Here, sing this melody," and I'm just crying. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
You know,
I can't do it.
you know what? You know what? That's not really uncommon though, to be honest. Because I've recorded a bunch of people that for the first sessions, and they have like panic attacks. They like
Yeah.
start crying. They like get like they're like they forget everything they've been working
Yeah.
on forever.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
uncommon. No, it's totally normal.
Yeah.
And so I'm just wondering though, like, because you have like a pretty unique style to singing. Like, is it something that you were taught, or is it just something that you kind of did, like you were a bedroom singer, and you just kind of like tried it and it just worked?
I would say that it just happened. you know?
Really?
I think a lot of this Toronto sound that we've been hearing is not just like a modern thing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it just came up 10 years ago and now we're all kind of just doing it. I think the sound is our city.
Where the hell did you grow up? I'm sorry, Sam. I have to know this.
Oh, okay.
Where the hell did you grow up? I know you like you didn't grow up on Kennedy Street and nothing
I
like
did
that.
not grow up
Where
on
did
Kennedy
you
Road.
grow up?
I grew up in Leslieville.
Leslie.
Oh, really?
Cool.
A lot of people in Toronto don't really know where Leslieville is, but it's like the east end of downtown
Okay.
Toronto.
That's close to where I grew up. I grew up in the Beaches, so it's pretty close to there.
Yeah, so I was like between Riverdale, Leslieville,
Yeah.
and Beaches.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should just jump into a track though. Let's jump into a track off this new EP. Thinking About You, right? This one's off the new EP. Okay,
It is,
just want to make
yes.
sure. All right, so let's jump into Thinking About You by Kennedy Road.
Woo.
Back to 6 Degrees Radio.
6 Degrees Radio. We got Kennedy Road in the building.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, like off the last track we played, All or Nothing, and then the one we played before, I got some real like Aaliyah vibes.
Oh.
Like yeah, like there were moments that I was like,
Never heard
whoa,
that before.
yeah. So I was like, oh, that's crazy.
I love that compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's something that you hear a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I love it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. No.
yeah, I feel
there's-
like I could never hear that enough. I mean, who wouldn't want to give off Aaliyah vibes?
Obviously.
She's incredible.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's like there's moments where it really cuts through, and it's like crazy. I don't
That's
know.
super dope. Well, I'm excited because a lot of what I'm working on right now, it's a little bit more hip hop influenced,
Mhm.
and like even from the beats, like it's more 808s, more heavy bass and stuff like that. It's a
Right.
little more up tempo,
Right.
so I'm excited.
Hey, I always think that kind of stuff's great, like the crossover kind of like, when aren't like a good singer on like a just a dope boom bap beat or something like that. It doesn't happen very often, but
No.
every time it does,
Yeah.
it's always amazing.
Yeah, it's super dope.
Remember that Christina Aguilera song that DJ Premier did?
What, Dip It Low?
Is it?
Uh-uh.
No.
Genie in a bottle?
you said
I don't know.
No,
Aguilera.
Christina
I'm like,
Aguilera. What a only person who listens to Christina Aguilera. All right, fine. I'll own it. While you guys were bumping to Kennedy Road, we had an interesting conversation.
Tell
We
us
did.
about it.
And I want to double back to that. I feel it's important that our listeners know exactly what we were talking about.
I think that the grind hasn't ended or anything just because I took a little bit of a hiatus or whatever from social media and releasing stuff.
Right.
Again, it's just it's something that I'm figuring out. I'm learning. And
Speaking of figuring out and learning, this is her first time doing an Instagram Live, people.
yes, this is my first Instagram live.
And
It's pretty. I like it.
She's loving it. She learned how to wave and everything. So if you guys are following Kennedy Road on Instagram, please encourage her to do it more.
I will do it more. I like this.
What is the Instagram, by the way?
It is at KNNDYRD.
Talk to me about the Down Low record.
Okay.
I feel like that song was a little bit, like hush, hush, hush. Let's just mess around, not tell anybody. Did I get that right? Am I off?
You're off.
Way off?
I mean, no, I don't. That's not me. I'm not really.
Okay.
Which it's open to interpretation, of course.
Yeah.
Whoever is listening, how they want to take it. But that song is not about like I'm gonna just keep you on the down low. It's just like it's kind of like reassuring the person that you know what it is, regardless of anybody or anything else. Because there comes that point in like in a relationship or whatever where you guys are like, are we gonna let other people know about this and like post or whatever. Social media is such a regular thing now. So and I'm just like I like privacy.
Yeah.
So
is this based on real life experience then?
definitely everything is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to ask, but I know she's not going to answer, but I'm going to ask anyways.
You can ask.
So are you still with this person?
Maybe.
That was good. I'll give you that. So, are you a Beyonce fan?
I love Beyonce.
You do?
I think she's incredible.
Are you a part of the Beehive?
I was like a lot more. He's laughing. I was a lot more into like Destiny's Child era.
Yeah.
That was like one of my heavy influences.
Okay.
And so Beyonce, obviously.
Wait,
and then she's.
Well, I was gonna say I didn't mean to jump in and interject that, but I had a way left question that just popped in my head that I had to ask. Okay, you know how she's got the fans of the Beehive, right?
Yeah.
What would Kennedy Road fans be called? Would they be called the Roads?
It would not be called the Roads. I don't know. I'm kind of figuring that out right now. We got like the Road Eyes. We got
the Road Eyes.
You can play on it in a few different ways, but.
Yo, have you ever had a beef patty from Kennedy subway station?
Of course. I prefer Warden.
Bomb. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You follow 6 Bus?
I do.
Did you see what they found in the beef patty at Kennedy Station?
Didn't. I don't even want to know. To be honest.
So nasty.
Oh no.
Cool. I wanted to ask you because originally when I thought you lived on Kennedy, just trolled everyone. I wanted to know, do you know the fastest way from Kennedy subway station to get to Scarborough Town Center?
From Kennedy subway?
Yeah.
I think I would just go to like Warden and take the bus up. Oh no, I guess you could take the RT. And
yes.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. Come on, it's right there.
I don't take that. It's too loud.
Okay. But I wanted you to plug this. I've been talking about your EP a little bit more than you. Talk to the people. Why should they go check that?
I just wanted to put out some good love. I just wanted to like put out good love vibes for Valentine's Day, and so to me it's just a very genuine, authentic project. And I think it's important for people to just check it out because you really might vibe with it. I've heard a lot of people say that it's done a lot for them. It's helped them through a lot of hard times. People who aren't unable to sleep, they listen to it at night, every night, so they can fall asleep.
Is that the right? What?
Not like that. I don't think. I think but it's true. I even do it too. When I'm traveling, or even sometimes when I'm stressed out, or if I'm like driving and like I'm a little bit anxious, I like to listen to my music, and I'm just like, wow, I'm relaxed again.
For now, let's jump into King of Hearts, and another track for Kennedy Road, and we'll come right back and we'll do the random 10.
Random 10.
Here we go.
I'm scared.
6 Degrees Radio. We still got Kennedy Road in the building.
Hey.
That gun sounds broken. Yo, this is the Random 10 with Kennedy Road. So, if you're not familiar, not you, but it's your first time here, but if you're not familiar with the Random 10, essentially it is exactly what it sounds like. It's 10 random questions. Please, no context.
Okay.
You may want to give context, but please do not give any context. Just answer the question. We'll keep it moving. We're going to keep DJ Slam in the mix. The goal is to get Slam in as much trouble as possible. I've yet to succeed in doing that.
I'm kind of scared.
I don't know if I will, but I'm going to try.
It's funny. He keeps trying to do this, forgetting that he's also on the show too.
Yeah, I know. I'd get in trouble first. Okay, but this is the Random 10 with Kennedy Rowe. Let's jump right into it.
Okay.
When you look at the whole picture, is there more positives or negatives when it comes to unprotected sex?
Negatives.
Salam?
Yeah, negatives.
Based on your own personal experience, can all black people dance?
No.
Salam?
No.
Guys are liars. You don't know what you're talking about. Do you think Drake can fight?
I'm sure he can.
No context.
No contest. I think Drake can fight.
Slam?
No.
I don't think so either.
Dude grew up in Forest Hill. I'm not scared of him.
Have you ever walked in on your mom and dad having sex?
No.
Slam.
Parents were never together.
Okay.
Yeah.
What high school did you go to?
Riverdale and Monarch.
Riverdale Monarch. Slam.
Crestwood.
Crestwood. If a girl, a female girl, is giving out random hand jobs, does that make her a slut? She's not having sex. Just giving out handies.
It'd make her questionable.
Not a slut, though.
It's subjective.
Slam.
I mean, like, if it's like, you know, you rip a thing off, like the thing off the wall, you know. No, I don't know. Subjective. I'm gonna go with Kennedy's answer on that one.
You guys are politically correct.
Yes.
All right. What was something you shoplifted as a kid?
I've never done that.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's lying.
I swear.
Slam.
No, as a kid, it would obviously be like candy, right? Like 5 cents candies or something like that.
You've never. Hold on. You've never.
Because in the beaches, there was a sugar mountain there, right?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
you just go in there and just, you know.
It's all coming
my
back
God,
to you
no.
now.
No.
Still?
No. I was
wow.
really like good little shy girl, you know. Like,
Okay,
I couldn't do that stuff.
Should uniformed police officers be allowed to walk in the Pride Parade this year?
Of course.
Uniformed police officers.
I mean, I don't know. At the Pride Parade, people can wear whatever they want or
Mhm.
wear nothing at all. Why can't an officer wear what he wants to wear? She
Yeah.
wants to wear.
Slam?
Yeah.
You know, just side note here. You know there was a whole thing about that,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's been an ongoing thing
Yeah.
for like 2-3 years, but
But you guys think they should be allowed to?
yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
definitely do.
Can you cook? And if so, what?
I can cook.
What? Like, what's your best dish?
I love to eat my soup and my pasta.
Soup and pasta.
Yeah.
Mm.
Slam. What you throwing down?
I like to make Cajun food.
Cajun food.
Yeah, so like jambalaya is like a favorite.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hot dog and
Love
macaroni
it.
kind of guy. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And last and certainly not least, other than English, what language can you count to 10 in?
I think French.
Can you count to
I think
10
I
in
can
French
do it.
right now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
She did it, Slam.
Yeah, it's the same.
Just French?
Just French. Yeah.
Okay. That's all I got.
Yeah, no, I'm
I was
not.
gonna
even
say-
doing
No.
it. Let me just save myself. I'm not doing it.
All right, you guys, that was the Random 10 with Kennedy Rowe. Before we get up out of here, or rather, Kennedy get up out of here, please take the time to address the listening audience. Let us know what you got coming up in the next 5, 7, 10 years, maybe a week, maybe a week,
Okay.
maybe a week. Who knows, right? Because it's all about when the moon is right.
Maybe let's talk about the in between the 5-7 years before that. You
It's
know?
all about like how she feels. That's when the music comes out. So let us know what you possibly got coming up anytime soon, and of course your social media as well.
Okay, well, to everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you so much for listening. You can find me on social media at KNNDYRD. That's pretty much across everything. And, you know, coming up, I have visuals. A lot of people have been waiting for visuals, and that's definitely a necessary thing. I have a lot of new music that I've been working on. New sounds, new vibes, new topics. It's exciting. And I'm excited because I'm just taking my time doing my thing with it, and it's very genuine. And it's ill. I'm excited.
All right.
And I forgot to mention too that like the other music videos you put out are awesome too.
Thank you.
Like you know, there's like I forget which one it is, but is it
You're thinking of like All or Nothing?
I think it's gonna be All I See.
no, is it
No.
All I See?
was it what was the first track we played? Was it Make It Last? Yeah, Make It Last.
Yeah.
Like is that the one where you're in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dope one.
Oh, you like that one?
Yeah, that was really dope.
That's cool.
It's a lot of like scenic shots I remember, and it was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, yeah, rolling around with some dude.
No, it
Screw
was
that
like
guy.
that's like that typical.
Pull up.
I had to get one of those like typical like LA videos.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
pretty much everybody in LA kind of at least some point has that video where they got the drone and you're
Yeah.
like in Malibu driving through the hills, and I'm like, I'm out here, let's do it.
Yeah.
I even got the one in the tunnel. you
That's
know,
what I was
everyone's got
thinking.
that
Yeah,
that-
tunnel.
tunnel
yeah,
shot
yeah,
was
yeah,
I'm like,
awesome.
I'm
yeah.
out here, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Can I just ask really quick before you dip out? You were in LA. Like, what's the like major? Not talking about music. I'm just talking about the people. Like, I heard the people in LA are just absolutely beautiful. Like the like even the person who like cleans your toilet is just gorgeous. Is that real?
I would have to say, in comparison to Toronto,
Yeah.
Toronto's a lot higher on that scale of just absolute gorgeousness.
Nice.
Wow.
And I think you
Nice.
could talk to a lot of Americans and they'll say the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And even when they come to Carabana or whatever, they're like, oh my God, the women out here are so beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's also just like a different type of beauty and aesthetic. You go to Miami, you got a certain type of aesthetic. And you go to LA, you know.
Are you ever one of those girls who fall for the Americans who come to Carabana, try to chop the Toronto girls?
No.
Okay, just curious.
That's a heavy no.
All right, Kennedy Rowe, thank you for coming through, man. It was a pleasure.
No, thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah. Anytime you want to
That's
come
cool.
through, you're more than welcome to.
So I'll be
Dope.
like maybe next week, next year.
When the moon is
10 years.
right.
When the moon is right,
Then we'll talk.
she will show up.
All right.
Peace.
All right, let's
Bye,
jump
guys.
into Down Low. Here we go.